And just like that, we're back. I'm back. Cancun return. Yeah. Happy to be back. Views from Section 400. I'm Matt. Got Jack and Brian along for the ride as well. Action-packed episode today. We got the NFL Conference Championship weekend on the cards. We're here. Shot to go to the big game, the Super Bowl. It's on the line, and we find out the winners of the NFC and the AFC this weekend. We also get the wrap-up of the Australian Open. We see the women's and men's final this weekend. Future Jannik Sinner still out there and alive. Plays Novak Djokovic tonight. If you want something on Thursday night to watch, go check that out. How you been, Brian? How you been, Jack? I'm happy to be back. I know you guys miss me a lot. I see it in your face. But what's going on, guys?
Yeah, good to have you back. I noticed you're a little sniffly. Did you catch something down there in Cancun?
You know, I did. I am a bit sick right now. I've been a little out of commission the last couple days, a little nasally. Sorry if it's annoying. You guys are gonna have to bear with it for one show, and we'll limit it to that. But yeah, little nasally, little sick, under the weather. That's not stopping us here. We're gonna keep rolling on. It's one of the biggest pro football weekends of the year. Other than the Super Bowl, probably the biggest. I know people want to argue wild card, divisional, whatever you want to call it. It's biggest, pretty damn big weekend. I'm here for it. I'm pumped up.
Yeah, Matt, I'm excited for this one. I did not have a great week betting last week in the divisional round. Don't expect much from me in the conference round, but I'm going to give you my picks. Just waiting for the Super Bowl to roll around. Give me that extra week of prep. Really lock in. Go player by player. Matchups on the O-line, D-line, cornerback, wide receiver. I mean, that's what I'm waiting for. Super Bowl, going to make some money that weekend.
Get all the crazy bets in, maybe betting Gatorade colors, national anthem over-unders, what color is the costume or the outfit of the halftime singer. Who is doing the halftime? Who's got halftime in the Super Bowl?
Usher.
Oh, we got Usher this year.
Yeah, right. I love the first song bets, so that'll be an interesting one if we get or whatever
it's
it is.
It has to be, right?
Has to be. You'd think, yeah.
I'm a big over-under on the national anthem kind of
guy.
That's
always a good one.
That's always a good one.
Over-under in the heads or tails.
You get the secret spies in there recording practice, leaking it on Twitter. Unofficial 2.5 minutes.
You just got to know the vibes, man. You got to analyze the singer, and you gotta know the vibes. Chris Stapleton last year, easy over.
Oh, that thing soared over. That's good stuff, though, and that's some stuff to look forward to, man. Right? If your team's not in it, maybe you're not really into football, which that's your own problem.
You're probably not listening to this.
Something you can always
probably
bet
not
on.
Here if you're not in the
something
football,
you can probably exactly. But something you can always bet on. That's why the Super Bowl is so much fun. But Brian, what do we got coming up this weekend for the conference championship? Some of that a live show. Why don't you tell us what the people should look forward to over the weekend?
Yeah, so before we get to the Super Bowl, we will be having a live show streaming both of our reactions to the championship games. I think the first one starts at 3:30, so we'll be going live around 3. Hop in. Last live show we had was the national championship when our Huskies went down to Michigan. Had a lot of fun. A lot of people in there asking us questions, doing some trivia. We needed to do some trivia at the end when it got out of hand. But yeah, we got some good feedback, so we're going to do it again. We'll be live for about 5-6 hours, however long the second game takes. And it's going to be a whole lot of fun, so definitely tune into that YouTube for that.
Yeah, and make sure you're hopping in early with us. Game time for the first game is supposed to be right around 3:30. We all know with the entertainment, it'll be closer to 3:45, but we'll be in that live stream around 3 o'clock. Come at us with some questions, any last-minute bets you're thinking about. Either way, we'd love to help you out and love to talk shop.
And also, between the two games, we will be releasing our college basketball future team of the year bet. So you want to be there for that because, we were very close in Washington. We said the Thunder for the NBA, they're looking good. So I would ride whatever we take because we've been pretty on point for our future so far.
The futures have been electric. The future plays have been electric. Again, they're hard to hit, right? We're not giving out plus 100, Alabama mid dynasty minus 120 to win it all here. I mean, these are some tougher ones, but they roll in the right direction. I won't claim the Sinner one, but I did say that like a week ago, and he's in the semifinal tonight. So a sneaky one to look out for. Probably not a lot of tails on that, but just something sneaky to look out for. Either way, college basketball one will be a huge one that's given out, between the shows. So definitely tune in. Can't wait to see y'all or hear y'all talk to y'all for the live show this Sunday. But let's get into some winners and losers of the week, right? Long sports week. We got a lot of stuff going on. This is a big segment we like to do now. I guess I'll kick it off, then we'll jump to Brian. So I guess my winner, a little bit of a weird one off the beaten track, but yeah, I don't want to keep it too on brand with football right now, but I'll go with Qin Wen Zhang, Australian women's or Australian or Chinese women's tennis player playing. She just made it to her first major tournament final ever. She's 21 years old, and she's in the Australian Open final against Sabalenka on Saturday. So winner for her. That's a pretty good winner if you ask me. 21 years old playing in a major final. So congrats to her. Loser, I'll go myself because I got sick. But other than that, Nova basketball, 20-point loss to St. John's last night. Trending in the absolute wrong direction. Not looking forward to what they got to show left in the Big East. It's only going to get tougher. Dangerously floating with the tournament now. They got to turn things around quick or they are going to be borderline missing the NIT the way it's trending here. But that's what I got for winners and losers. Brian, we'll jump over to you. What do you got, man?
Yeah, going off, I guess you're a loser. I'll give a quick winner to the St. John's Red Storm. Rick Pitino, they're looking good. They're looking like a tournament team. So good for him in his first year with St. John's. But my true winner of the week is going to be the chain restaurant that everybody loves to go to on your 11th birthday party, P.F. Chang's. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Los Angeles Chargers, back when they were the San Diego Chargers, in 2007, tweeted, "So hungry, need to find my wife and head to P.F. Chang's." They just signed Jim Harbaugh to be their head coach. Turns out, in 2006, Jim Harbaugh met his now wife in a P.F. Chang's parking lot. So just a wild connect the dots there. If you need I guess Illuminati confirmed thing to look at, maybe look at that, because that's just too much of a coincidence to not be a coincidence, I guess.
Pretty good publicity for P.F. Chang's.
Yeah, P.F. Chang's a big winner. I'm sure their traffic's just going crazy.
Their traffic's got to be going nuts.
But
yeah, what do you got? You got a loser here, Brian, or what?
I do have a loser. So Kayshon Boutte, an old LSU wide receiver. Turns out.
Would you say kiss your booty?
You're a child.
I'll hand you a pause on that one. But Kayshon Boutte, or Boutte, however the fuck you say it, an old LSU wide receiver, has been suspended, fined, pretty much. The NCAA is throwing the whole rule book at him. He was illegally gambling on games during the game, so basically doing what Calvin Ridley did. And he was on some Bovada or offshore book, not registered with his name, and he got found out. So he's in deep shit right now. But yeah, that's a tough look for LSU.
That is a tough fucking look. I'm not even going to comment on that. That's just dumb. I mean, me, my Jags, Calvin Ridley, I was happy to get him out of that whole fiasco, but I can't recommend doing that. Wait till you're retired, dude. You'll still have a phone in. You'll be fine.
You probably love seeing Calvin Ridley do that, though, because that was a nice little escape route to the Jags. I mean, if he never got in trouble, he's probably staying in Atlanta.
Yeah, he forgot how to catch. He took a year off and forgot how to catch the football.
Well, look, Calvin Ridley did not
gambling played a big part of that.
Exceptional season by any means, but he had a good year. All right, he had 1,000 yards. He, I believe, was like top 5 in like fantasy points per game at the wide receiver position.
No chance in hell. He almost got me tomatoed this year.
He was
I have
pretty
no
good
idea.
stretch.
Either way,
I don't
doesn't
know.
matter.
I don't know. Well, we're gonna have to take a look at that. Moving into my winner,
Who won the week and who lost the week?
my winner and loser of the week. The winner of the week, I know we talked about the NFL on last episode, but a little bit more for you. The Lions organization. I mean, come on. Look at the year they've had. I mean, obviously this didn't start this year. It started when they hired Dan Campbell and traded for Jared Goff and all those picks and traded away Matt Stafford. That's what the catalyst, the rebuilding started. But this year alone, I mean, the draft that they had with those top 4 picks, go look it up. They're talking about it everywhere. But the organization playing great all year to get to this point now, and you're going up against the Niners, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. 3 of the best organizations in the National Football League. So you got to tip your hats to Detroit and everybody that's playing a hand in that. My loser of the week, Bruce Pearl's blood pressure, as well as mine. I mean, I was watching the Auburn basketball game last night against Alabama, and we played a good game. It wasn't an exceptional game by any means from us, but it was a good game. Alabama just couldn't miss a freaking shot in the first half, and it made me want to pull my hair out. And then the second half, again, we had our shot. But Alabama just could not miss. They were getting the free throw line. Even their center, big. I think I don't know how tall he is. I'm not going to say. But, big ass white dude from the free throw line was, I think, 8 for 9 from the free throw. 8 for 9. Nelson. Oh my gosh. It looks like he just woke up 5 minutes ago with his hair. He comes out there and he drops, a career high, like 15 points. So I know Bruce was livid. I was livid, but I don't have any worries about Auburn basketball. It was a road game. It was a SEC conference game. It was against our rivals, Alabama. We'll be back next game. We'll be ready for it.
Yeah, it wasn't Brian, I'll let you take it, man. I mean, it's your Auburn Tigers. What do you got on that?
They played a great game. They probably outplayed Alabama for 34 of the 40 minutes. It was just those last 6 minutes of the first half. Aiden Holloway got rattled. Denver Jones was rattled. The guards were turning the ball over, and they let Alabama go on that little run. And they made it a game in the second half, but you can't go into the locker room down 14 points on the road. It just can't happen. But as long as, 2 of the 3 of Donaldson, Denver Jones, and Aiden Holloway can become good producers, Auburn has a legitimate chance of making it to the Final Four.
Final score of the return game to Auburn. Alabama at Auburn. 20-point Auburn win. Is it close? What happens?
84-72 Auburn.
I'm going to say this right now. The past 2 years, it's been a sweep. So if history is on Alabama's side, coming to Auburn for the next matchup. But have no worries, dude. Auburn's going to go out there and dunk on them. 15 points.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. That's a good point that it's been sweeps the last couple of years. Let's just hope that wasn't the announcer jinx, and it goes the opposite way.
There's also no Brandon Miller or Jabari Smith on a roster right now, so that played a big part in those sweeps.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Well, that's why we got the return game, right? We'll see what happens. When is that? Is that like one of the last games of the season, or do we get that in a couple weeks?
It'll be late February.
Late February. All right. Well, game to look out for right before we hit the big dance in March. But why don't we get into the NFL, right? That's what everybody wants to hear. That's what everybody wants to talk about. It's conference championship weekend. It's what everybody watches for all year round. It's a hope your team can even get to this game. For some teams, this is a Super Bowl in itself, because they've never even gotten to the Super Bowl before or even won the Super Bowl before. So just getting this close is like, just a different euphoric feeling for players, franchises, fan bases, the whole 9 yards. We'll jump into the first game, a team that is very familiar with this game, Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is, the 6th conference championship in a row? Yep. Pretty unbelievable for an NFL organization to do that. Same quarterback, too. Right?
Yep.
Or am I
Mahomes.
off? Yeah. Mahomes all 6 times. Starting to trend towards a new Brady. He's got to stack up some Super Bowl rings, but he's trending in the right direction. But yeah, the Chiefs travel to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Obviously, people are already hitting Lamar with the MVP. He's the MVP candidate, top candidate. He looks like it. I mean, the Ravens look like the team to beat. Kansas City, obviously, a different team now that the playoffs have come around. They've looked like a completely different team than they did to end the season. Everybody thought they were done, and they just look like they always do in the playoffs, like a force to nobody wants to mess with. But I'll jump over to you, Brian. How you reading this game? What picks you giving out? Is Lamar going to put an end to Mahomes, or is Mahomes just going to keep steamrolling?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of mentioned the fact these aren't the same teams you're used to here. So you think of the Ravens, you think of defense, and obviously Lamar Jackson. And then you think of Mahomes on the Chiefs side just with pure offense. The roles are kind of reversed this year. I know the Ravens defense is insanely good, but the Chiefs actually had a better team total defense this year than the Ravens in terms of yards allowed. And the playoffs, they've been just as good. And then on the other side, the Ravens offense has scored almost 125 more points than the Chiefs have this year. So when you look at that, you kind of say the Ravens might have a little edge just because the defense is kind of close and that offense on paper is better. But last week, I bet against Patrick Mahomes. This week, I am not going to bet against Patrick Mahomes. He is 13-3 in the postseason, 3-2 in the conference championship. Lamar Jackson has never been there. And you're getting 4 points for, like you said, the Tom Brady of this generation. I'm just going to take the Chiefs +4.
Yeah, you can't go against Mahomes, man. But Jack, are you the same way? Can't go against Mahomes? Or are you going to put some faith in Big Truss down there in Baltimore?
Big Truss. Woo. Look, I think what Brian said is exactly right. You don't want to get burnt by Mahomes. I mean, you never bet against Brady in the playoffs back in his day, and there was a reason. He just kept winning. Even when the cards were stacked against him, he won the game. He pushed on to the next round. He won Super Bowls. Somehow he couldn't do it against Eli Manning and Nick Foles, but let's not get into that. I just had to throw that in there while I could. But look, this is the game for me that decides if he is like that. This is the game for me that decides if he is that Tom Brady of our generation or not. Tom, again, was that guy you simply would not bet against. Even if you thought you were, you liked the other team, you just wouldn't bet against them. You just, all right, no play. This is the game for me. I'm taking the Ravens in this one. I think they have everything better than the Chiefs on paper and that we've seen. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, different animal in the playoffs. But gosh, man, I love this Ravens team. I think they're Super Bowl bound. I don't know if they're going to win it all. We'll wait till my analysis on that. But I love this Ravens team, and I think they take this 1-4 at home.
Yeah, dude, I'm the same way. I love the Ravens this year. I love that hardcore Baltimore fan base too, like the white trash, purple camouflage Raven fans. I love that energy they give off. But yeah, dude, I mean, the Ravens team,
you Philly fucking
Philly scumbag.
I don't want to say it.
It's all good. But no, dude, I love the fan base. I love just the energy they give off. It's good stuff, man. So, and the Ravens are dynamite, dude. Defense and offense, it's lights out. So, a very fun team to watch. But it's tough for me to go against Mahomes and just that whole aroma that him, his team, the coach, everybody brings to the table. I'm not going to go winner or loser. I'm going to stick to the main guy other than Mahomes, and that's Travis Kelce. I think he's getting in the end zone this week. Anytime touchdowns +115. And I'll take his receiving yards over 62.5. He's hit over 70 in every game of the playoffs so far. I know the Ravens defense is better, but it's Mahomes and Kelce in the playoffs. Just watch. If you don't like it, just watch. It happens every time. Hopefully they don't make me eat my words there, but I just got a feeling we see him get in the end zone and have a big day.
Yeah, you've convinced me to. I think I'm also going to take Mahomes on the passing yards at 241.5. Last NFC or AFC Championship game, they beat the Bengals by 3, and they couldn't run the ball very well. Pacheco had 40 rushing yards in that game, and Last week the Ravens did not let Devin Singletary run for anything. Yeah, I think he had one carry that was 16 yards, and besides that, he averaged like 0.5 yards a carry. So we'd love Pacheco here, but this Ravens team is very good against the run, and they're going to need Mahomes to air the ball out, and that 241 number is just a little low. So I do like Mahomes to get over that as well. So I'll take 2 picks on this game.
Not gonna roll Kelsey TD with me, dude.
I know you were hot on the touchdown props last week, but they're too volatile. They're too volatile for me.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, that's some good stuff on that game. Jack, did you have one more little nugget you wanted to toss in?
The more I'm looking at this in the matchups that I'm going to be seeing, I like Lamar to go over on his rushing yards. I think that he's going to have to use his legs to get it done in this game. I'm a big fan of the secondary that the Chiefs are scouting right now, so he's going to have to make some things happen, make some plays on the ground. I think Lamar hits his over 64.5 yards.
Definitely, and I'm surprised you guys didn't give it out. I'm surprised I didn't give it out. Lamar's probably a lock for an anytime touchdown here too, if we're being completely honest. I got him as a lock getting in the end zone this weekend.
I will give out one more fun play. I won't be taking it, but it should be known. So T-Pain is performing at the halftime show. The over/under is 44.5. Might be worth taking the under. It might be a little low with T-Pain there. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
It's a good little nugget. Last little fun fact. Not sorry, fun Jack. Fact, just quick round horn, 30 seconds. Random play pulled out of the archive for the weekend. Let's get your guys' thoughts. Patrick Mahomes, 36.5 pass attempts. Over under. Brian, go.
Oh, that's high.
He's going to need to do it, though, against a stingy Ravens defense.
Yeah, but considering it the +4, I think this game will be pretty close, and they'll be able to at least try to run the ball, so I'm going to take the under.
Wow. Jack, what do you got?
You say 36.5?
36.5 is what it's set at right now. Not sure how much it's going to change. But again, not completions. 36.5 pass attempts. I see him being in the 40s here, dude.
No, I know.
Like 41, 42 attempts.
You want to know what's crazy is I love that 36 number right there.
It's nuts.
I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I would lean over as well. But Brian, underplay. That's why we ask. We get everybody's opinion here at Section 400 and a good little nugget to jump into the next game on. So, speaking of the next game, Lions-Niners in Santa Clara, not San Francisco, Santa Clara to take on the Niners. Big game. Lions haven't been there in a long time or ever. I know they haven't been to the Super Bowl, or have they been to the Super Bowl too? I don't know. Either way, it's a lot for this franchise being in this game this week.
Yeah, the last time they were in the NFL Championship, 1957, and they didn't have to win more than 2 games. So if they won this week, it would be the first time they've ever won 3 playoff games.
It's a big deal for the people up in Detroit, so we're happy for them. Definitely don't want to see San Francisco winning. 7.5's a big spread. Weird spread. But Jack, we'll leave it over to you, man. How is this one playing out? Looks like we're gonna have some pretty good weather out there, so shouldn't play too much of a difference in how the outcome will go. But what do you got, dude?
Look, like I said earlier, my winner of last week was the Detroit Lions. Love the way that they've played this season, but I unfortunately don't think that they're going to be able to beat the Niners in this one. The Niners have been the best team in the NFC all season outside of that 3 or 4 week stint they had before their bye, pretty early on in the season. I think it started around week 4, week 5. But they've been the best team in the NFC. I don't see the Lions coming into their spot and beating them. I don't think Vegas does either with that 7.5 point spread. My play in this one is going to be Ayuk over on his receiving yards. For a guy that right now it's set at 81.5, and this is a guy who had 38 last week against the Packers. So clearly the line is way more than he had last week. Stands out to me. I love it because Mike Evans, went for I think 130 yards against Detroit last week, and Puka Nacua went for 180 yards. against Detroit in the wild card round. So if you're telling me these top receivers on these teams are going for 130 plus, there's no reason IU can't solidify 82 yards. I might even buy him up to 100 for a little sprinkle play too, but he should hit his over here.
Yeah, 100 plus could be a nice little play there, dude. But Bry, you're a big Lions guy, dude. I know you're going to have some juice on them, no?
I am a big Lions guy, and I am going to have some juice on them. But kind of going off of Jack's Ayuk point, just a little nugget here about Brock Purdy, which I think is perfectly on brand for him. So 2 quarterbacks have made the championship game in their respective conference. I guess they were both AFC in their first 2 seasons. That was Big Ben, and that was Mark Sanchez. So when you look at Brock Purdy, I think you can look at it either way and say, hey, maybe he'll be like Big Ben, or he could very well flame out and be another Mark Sanchez. So I just love that stat. I think that's perfect for him.
You want to know what else I love about that stat is Big Ben beat Mark Sanchez in one of those championships. And I was at that game as like an 8-year-old kid.
I love that, dude.
Crazy.
Oh, man. Mark Sanchez, what a time to be alive. But in terms of my pick here, so there's 3 numbers that kind of stick out to me. The first one is the Detroit Lions are 13-6 this year against the spread. The second one is the Detroit Lions have the second-ranked pass defense this year. The Detroit Lions have the second-ranked pass offense this year. And the 49ers have the 14th-ranked pass defense. You saw Jordan Love last week when he wasn't trying to be Derek Jeter and throw it off his back foot. He was actually able to throw the ball down the field against them. I think Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Jordan Love, at least right now. And the Lions they've shown in these playoffs, they've shown all year long they could put up points. And 7.5, that's a big number. So I'm going to take the Lions plus 7.5 here. I'm also going to ride with Amon-Ra to get 100 receiving yards, to get a little plus number there. And I won't take the Lions on the money line just because they have beaten the Niners once in the last 13 games against them. But I do think 7.5 is too big. You might be able to even take that number to like a 4.5.
7.5 is a huge number for a conference championship game. Huge. But I guess the Niners deserve it, but they deserve it against a team like the Packers, and I don't think they covered. So this is
they only beat the Packers by 1 last week,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah, 3.
It was stupid close, and it was off the kicker butchering a kicker, and if he makes that kick, anything happens. So yeah, that's a sad War Eagle right there, unfortunately for you. But yeah, and it was a bad weekend for Tyler Bass as well. So kickers all around kind of shit the bed. They should be on the loser side too. I don't know how we missed that. But losers are the NFL kickers for obviously shitting the bed and costing their teams pretty big games. So, but 7.5, huge number. I would lean towards taking the plus 7.5 just because the Lions are a better team than the Packers and more competent. Like instant gut feeling reaction. And this could be a total square play, like stupid, like what, like why would you ever even think this? But dude, there's something just like in my gut saying the under. I don't know what it is, but 51.5 seems like a huge number. And both these defenses are competent enough to shut them down. It's like Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. I mean, I know they got good weapons, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, they're gonna light it up like crazy. So part of me wants to lean under 51.5. Call me crazy. This could be 38-35 and it completely blows up in my face. Great. But what's the saying? They always say, always trust your gut. Yep. Something in my guts tell me go under 51.5. So I'm going to take the under 51.5.
I like
all reaction.
I like
all the plays we're giving out right now.
Some juicy stuff. But yeah, just 51.5 seems like a big one, man. And something in the guts tell me to do it. I always usually fade the gut. Not going to this time. Maybe it blows up in my face and we all have a good laugh. But that's the way I'm gonna turn there. But other than that, I just hope to see some good freaking football this weekend, man. It's the conference championship weekend. Shot at the big game. We're gonna get 2 weeks off after this one, so you might as well enjoy it because you're getting 2 games. And you're going to have to be off 2 weeks, and you get 1 final game. So enjoy the double game. You get a kind of a full day out of it, like 3 o'clock to last game will end at 9, 10 o'clock at night. So other than that, then you just get 1 more game. So enjoy it. Do something fun. Shoot over to our live show. I mean, we're going to be having a ton of fun over there, dropping all sorts of shit. even college basketball futures. So you're going to get a little bit of everything as we kind of slow down the NFL season here, comes to a close. But yeah, I mean, like we said, it's going to be a shorter show today, but it's a good one. Let us know if you tail the picks. That's all I got. Brian or Jack, if you want to add anything else, please do. But I'm happy to be back, and let's keep it rolling, boys.
Let's do one quick round. Give me your winner for each of these games and your Super Bowl winner. Make it easy. Brian, you first.
All right. Well, so yeah. Okay. Chiefs and the Lions is what I want to see. I think it's going to be Chiefs and 49ers. According to the NFL script, which for the last 3 years has predicted the teams that are playing from the Super Bowl logo colors, it's going to be the Niners and the Ravens. But I'm going to say 49ers and Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes is going back-to-back.
I don't think the NFL is going to put the Lions in the Super Bowl. It's an entertainment business. It's a views business. They're just not going to do it. There's no way. I hate to say it. I would love to see them get in there.
I think that the views would be maybe the highest ever if the Lions make the Super Bowl.
Maybe, but I just don't see the NFL doing it. I think the Niners get in. So I think it's going to be Niners-Chiefs. And I'm very scared, but the Niners might fuck around and win that. They've been that good. But I think that the Chiefs also, back-to-back, like you said, Patty Mahomes, he's proven why he's the Brady of this generation. I'm going to go Brady. Basically Brady. I'm going to go Mahomes and the Chiefs to get it done.
Wow. Okay. I'm fucking scared of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and Taylor Swift's making the Super Bowl. So that is my worst nightmare if we have to see Taylor Swift up there. But you guys are right. This is an entertainment business. There's a very good shot that happens. I'm still not going to bet on it, though. Lamar Jackson is the best player in the NFL right now. He's going to win it for the Ravens. And they're going to play the Niners. And the Ravens are going to win it all.
There you go. Here's some little conspiracy bullshit theory, whatever you want to call it. Kelsey started dating Swift so that he can ensure the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl, because that'll be all the good headline juju the NFL wants them. So that just kind of guarantees them into the Super Bowl. They're going to win the Super Bowl because, again, they'll get Taylor Swift on the field celebrating with, fuck it, they might even have her say a couple words at the post-game celebration. And then 2-3 weeks after the Super Bowl, split up, they're broken up, no more, and the relationship's done. And it was all a stunt just to ensure another Super Bowl for the Chiefs dynasty. There's a conspiracy theory to brew and talk about. You want us to start making up bullshit. What do you think, Brian? I think I already have you bought it.
I don't hate it. I think you're onto something, maybe.
Look, I don't think shout out Travis Kelce. I don't think he's smart enough to pull a whole ass like that. I mean, shit. That's some mastermind level stuff. That's like bank robbing heist ass shit. I don't think it's him the one that set that up, but man, that would be a power play if he just breaks up with her after this, getting himself an extra Super Bowl added into the resume.
Just did it for all the hype.
Who knows, man? I mean, we all seen his production this year. He's clearly, taking a dip in production. He's getting up there in age. I think he's 35, maybe.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say he might just retire and then
he might just retire on a Super Bowl win, go right off into the sunset with Taylor Swift and his brother who's retired.
Maybe.
Man,
just one more reason, but I just said it. Painted the picture. Now everybody's thinking about it. So there's something to look out for down the stretch here, especially after the Super Bowl. But yeah, other than that, I think that's all we got. Unless you guys want to bring anything else up, talk about anything, I'm here for it. I'd love to, but I got nothing else on these games. We gave out the picks, looking to stay red hot and go undefeated again. But we'll see.
Yeah, just a quick little shout out here. Christian McCaffrey can set 49ers franchise record for consecutive touchdowns in postseason career this week if he gets his fifth. So just keep that in mind if you want to bet his minus probably 400 anytime touchdown.
Ridiculous.
1 month until the Mets ruin my life.